So we're going to read a bunch of books together. And so this way you can read them at home. You can look at them at home anytime, even when you're not here. So a couple of things. I want you to mostly be looking at this, at our book, okay? And I'm going to be using my pencil to read along with all the words that we're seeing. And that's really important so that you're connecting the sound of the word with what the word looks like, okay? And I'm here just because sometimes it is nice to see who's reading to you. It helps with fluency and to really kind of understand if something's exciting or not or whatever. But most of the time, I want you to look at the book, okay? So I found this book at the library. It's perfect for a lot of reasons, but it's called Girl versus Squirrel. And you know why it's perfect, right? Like Fig is going to love this book. Or maybe he won't love this book. We're going to see. And it's written by Haley Barrett. Illustrated by Renee. I'm going to have to sound this out because this isn't a word I see a lot. So I'm going to sound it out each little chunk. Andriani. Andriani. Sounds about right. Okay, so let's get going. All right, there it is again. Girl versus squirrel. Okay. Pearl built 3 bird feeders. One looked like a house. Must be that one. One looked like a tube. That one. One looked like a teacup perched on top of a tall pole. That one's cute. It looked like so this is 2 words in one. Teacup. Teacup because it was a teacup. Pearl was particularly proud of it. She filled the house bird feeder with, this is a word, suet. Suet. It's almost like a cake of birdseed. She filled the tube bird feeder with seeds. She filled the teacup with, here's another compound word, it's 2 words in one, peanuts. Peanuts. Lots of birds love peanuts. Pearl took the lens caps off her, this is a word, ready? We're going to sound out each little chunk. We're going to make our pencil move along and we're going to read it out loud, okay? Bit or bin or by. We're going to read the whole thing and see what makes sense, okay? Binoculars. Oh, binoculars. And look, she has them here. So Pearl took the lens caps off her binoculars. Some people say binoculars. And waited. Cardinals and flickers swooped in for suet. Finches and chickadees sailed in for seeds. But not a single bird could settle on the teacup because something else wanted those peanuts. I bet we're going to know what it is. Oh, okay. That does look like Fig, doesn't it? Hey! Protested Pearl. Bird feeders are for birds. But the squirrel didn't flinch. Instead, it flicked its tail and gobbled Pearl's peanuts, each and every one, before dashing to a hole in the old oak tree. stinker. "Drat that squirrel," grumbled Pearl. "It may be brave, but it's no match for me. Girl versus squirrel is on." Oh, man. With her hockey stick and some duct tape, Pearl extended the teacup's pole. "There," she said. "That's tall enough to stop any squirrel in its tracks." So I'm just going to point out here, you see these are called quotation marks. These little marks here and here and here and here. Do you hear how I change my voice when I read the stuff that's in between? It's like contained in these quotation marks because that's where Pearl's talking, right? So when you're reading, either out loud or in your head, you know it's someone talking. You can change your voice. It's fun. She watched, breathless, with, this is a big word. Ready? Anticipated. Anticipated. Have you heard that word? It's like you're waiting for something, right? She's like waiting to see what's going to happen. So she watched, breathless, with anticipated success, but was soon disappointed. Oh no. Here's the quotes again. Drat that speedy squirrel," she groused. "I'll make the pole taller." Oh my gosh. Look how little she looks, and look how high that is. Now the teacup towered, but that didn't deter the squirrel. It scurried up the mop, scrabbled up the hockey stick, and shinnied straight up the pole. "Oh no!" Pearl groaned. "Brave, speedy, and determined too." The squirrel stared at Pearl and seized an especially plump peanut. But before it could take a nibble, oh no, the pole began to, this is a great word, teeter and totter until, you know, a teeter-totter, it's like, thud. Oh no, it toppled to the ground. The teacup popped off the pole, the handle snapped off the teacup, and the startled squirrel, this is a great word. It's not really a word, so we're going to sound it out together. It might not be something you know. It's one of those kind of like funny made-up words. Skedaddled. Skedaddled. I love that word. So the startled squirrel skedaddled to the tip-top twig of the old oak tree. Drat you, squirrel, growled Pearl. You're a bird feeder crashing, teacup smashing, peanut poaching pest. Who is this looking at them the whole time? Have you noticed that? Is this like one of those, oh, look, someone's watching. Pearl poked through the grass. Sorry, I read a word that wasn't there. That's why I gotta use my pencil. And it happens to grown-ups too. So when this happens to you, don't feel bad. It happens to everybody, okay? So you just go back and you're like, these are the words that the author wrote. So we're gonna read them as they were written. So, Pearl poked through grass and peanuts to find the teacup's handle and muttered, "But you will never, ever, ever be a match for me." Can you wait? Thanks. Like 5 minutes. Thank you. While Pearl glued her teacup, she pondered and plotted. Step by step, she pulled together a plan to put that squirrel to the test. My daughter was trying to show me a sword and shield she made out of cardboard. It really looks good. All right. It's totally something she would do, right? You can just make stuff out of whatever you have in the house. She rummaged through her box of useful odds and ends. Then Pearl, this is a hard word, clambered, kind of like climbing, but kind of in an awkward way. Then Pearl clambered and climbed. Did you know climbed has a B in it? It's a silent B. We'll talk about that later, but just one of those things. So then Pearl clambered and climbed, lifted and leveled, shifted and stretched, twisted and tied. As a network of, this is a big word, but we got it. Obstacles. Oh, you know what an obstacle is. It's like something in your way. You got to get over it, right? As a network of obstacles emerged, each more squirrel challenging than the last, Pearl began to enjoy herself. "Phew!" she panted. "This is as much fun as building bird feeders." She's being really creative, isn't she? When everything was ready, Pearl tumbled more peanuts into the teacup. "Bold, speedy, and determined won't be enough," she pronounced. "This time, teacup triumph." Ooh, that's such a good word. Triumph, because PH together goes f. So triumph will require nerves of squirrely steel. You know who would go for that? Fig. Training her binoculars on the old oak tree, Pearl scanned up branch by branch until that's like a pause, right? When you see the 3 periods. Until there. "I've done my best to best you, Squirrel," shouted Pearl. "Now let's see what you can do. Ready, set." But before she could shout, "Go!" That's in all caps, right? So go! That squirrel was gone. Head, this is a nice compound word, head first. Head first, scuttling down the tree. And oh man, Fig would be all about this. So leap, scamper, spin, 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 whee, swing, whirl, 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 scramble, jump, climb. crunch. Where's the next part? Clamor. And let's sound this one out. This is the best part. Crunch. Crunch. She got it. Pearl was dazzled. Look at her. Oh my gosh. Then she was puzzled. Do you think that's who's been looking at us the whole time through the... Oh my gosh. Remember? Oh, babies. Then she was puzzled. 1, 2, 3 babies, murmured Pearl. According to squirrel experts, Fig, the adult female tends to... Oh, I was going to read something that wasn't there. The adult female tends the kits. So what is a baby squirrel called? It's a kit. Ooh, that's so cute. So that must mean the quick and nimble ninja squirrel was a mother. Pearl's can do, will do, just did squirrel was quite a girl. I proclaim your victory, cheered Pearl. And I salute you, fearless, fluffy sister. She'll teach them everything she knows, Pearl said. How to climb and balance, how to think and plan. She'll develop their attention span. And then, right then, Pearl knew she wanted to help the squirrel family. And she knew how to do it. Pearl built bird feeders. She filled the house feeders with suet. She filled the tube feeders with seeds. She filled the teacups with peanuts. Lots and lots of peanuts. Ah, her backyard must be so fun. Isn't that fun? And then some squirrely facts. We won't read those. Oh, this is a good fact. A group of squirrels is called a scurry. That's a great word. That's such a good word for a group of squirrels. I love it. Oh, so let's get ready in October. Here's our last fact for your day, okay? In the United States, October is Squirrel Awareness Month. And National Squirrel Appreciation Day is January 21st. I did not know that, but now I do. All right. I hope that was fun. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope that was like nice to read and watch while you're having a snack, while you're relaxing after camp, whatever it is. And I'll send a bunch more of these out so that way you have a bunch of books. I'm going to try to choose good ones. So you can look at the words and hear the words at the same time and just, it's going to be so good. All right, I'll see you soon.